Hi, I'm ERIN Clarke from wellplated.com, and today we are taking an addictive Asian restaurant favorite, lettuce wraps, and we are turning them into a healthy meal that you can enjoy any night of the week. Plus, we are combining it with the ease of the slow cooker. These are my slow cooker Asian chicken lettuce wraps. They're sweet, crunchy, a little bit spicy, and they are so addictive you are going to be eating the filling right out of your slow cooker. Let's start out with the sauce. So the first ingredient that we have in our sauce, and the sauce is really what sets these lettuce wraps over the top, is hoisin. Next, I'm going to use low sodium soy sauce. I always recommend using low sodium soy sauce when you're cooking because it makes sure that your recipe doesn't get overly salty. Next, some rice vinegar, and our final ingredient is sesame oil. So now we are going to use our whisk and just stir the sauce together. All right, I'm gonna set that guy aside for later and then move on to a few more ingredients that give these lettuce wraps a wonderful depth of flavor. Starting with fresh ginger. Fresh ginger is one of my absolute favorite ingredients. It just adds some zinginess to any recipe that you add it to. Next, some garlic, gotta have it. Just one clove. And garlic's bestie, onion. I'm using green onion for this recipe. It's really classic in Asian dishes. And I also like it because I can use the white and light green parts when I am sauteing the chicken. And then I like to save the dark green part to sprinkle on at the end for an extra pop of beautiful color and a fresh bite too. All right, now it is time to bring on the meat. I have 2 pounds of lean ground chicken breast, and I'm going to saute them with olive oil, breaking up the meat on the stove as I go. If you think that you need to use beef or pork to give your recipes great flavor, think again. Chicken does not need to be boring, especially when you're using it in this recipe, thanks to the other ingredients that we have going on, like that garlic and ginger, and our stellar sauce that we just whipped up a few minutes ago. These are going to have fantastic flavor. I bet you won't even know it's chicken. And now we can go ahead and add our onion, garlic, and ginger. The reason I like to wait to add these ingredients is garlic especially can burn really quickly, and the second it burns, it's going to impart an off flavor to your dish, and you don't want that. I find if I cook some meat or something else in the pan, my garlic doesn't burn. Oh, it's smelling so good just when you can kind of get that whiff of ginger and garlic. Your meat is good to go. And I am just going to hold my breath, say a prayer, and scoop this entire thing into my slow cooker. Okay, just got a few more ingredients that want to come to our lettuce wrap party, starting with some mushrooms. Now, if mushrooms make you a little bit skeptical, or maybe someone in your family is a picky eater, do not stop watching because you cannot taste them in this recipe, I pinky promise. What we're going to do is chop them really finely, and then when we stir them with the ground chicken, the flavor almost becomes imperceptible. Next up, we have some freshly grated carrot. It adds a little bit of sweetness and one more serving of vegetables. Plus, I just love its pretty orange color too. All right, mushrooms and carrots are going into the slow cooker. And now, because I want to make sure that everybody is awake, I am going to add a pinch of red pepper flakes. A generous pinch does it for us. Sometimes I stir in a little more at the end, but if you really want to bring the heat, you can be as dangerous with these as you dare. All right, one last ingredient to add to the slow cooker. We cannot forget our stellar sauce that we mixed together earlier. All right, we're gonna stir everything together. This cooks over low for 2 hours. And in that amount of time, the chicken is going to become even more tender and the sauce extra sticky, sweet, and delicious. Okay, it has been 2 hours. My house smells amazing and I cannot handle the suspense anymore. It is time for the grand reveal, but we have just one more ingredient to add. I promise it's going to be worth the wait, and these are chopped water chestnuts. If you've never had water chestnuts, they're really mild in flavor, but they add a wonderful texture and crunch. Now, I'm gonna chop them really finely as well. Something that I love about this filling is that all the ingredients are about the same size, so you never quite know what you're getting in every bite. Okay, last step, we are going to pile it in. You want to scoop your lettuce wrap filling inside of a lettuce leaf. I like to use bib lettuce because it's really tender but still has a nice crunch, and the shape makes it really ideal for filling with lettuce wraps too. Okay, final flourish, a sprinkle of those green onions at the end, and we are ready to serve. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is ERIN Clarke, and you can get this recipe and hundreds of more family favorites at my website, wellplated.com.